In Chapter 14 of The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, protagonist Holden Caulfield is now in his hotel room in New York, reflecting on his past events and conversations of the day, including the affection he had for his kid sister Phoebe and the paid encounter with the prostitute, Sunny. He thinks about Harris Macklin, someone he once shared a room with at the Elkton Hills School. Despite Macklin's hygienic problems, Holden had a great admiration for the older boy, and he respected his exceptional whistling skills. He sometimes deemed Macklin as an intellectual and wise person. Holden, in his solitude, seems to rationalize and justify his respect for him, in spite of his negative traits. Thoughts of Macklin usher in a chain of reminiscences as Holden's mind turns to his deceased brother, Allie. He muses on Allie's poetic nature and recollects the unique characteristics that his brother had, like the poetry written in green ink on his baseball glove. This habit made Allie special and different, which Holden cherished. Moving from his contemplations, Holden presents a shocking disclosure about his occasional impulse to act in a godlike manner or role whenever he's upset. Cursing and blasphemy somehow give him a powerful feeling. He again remembers the incident with Maurice and Sunny, this time particularly focusing on his inability to physically defend himself when faced with conflict. As he continues to brood over his hazardous fight, Holden visualizes encountering Maurice in a Wild West showdown. However, emerging as a different man afterward, no longer as the innocent teenager, but a hardened figure who's seen violence and death, a stereotypical tough guy. Holden's growing contempt for society and people is evident when he addresses the reader, making it clear that he doesn't like discussing things with people who don't understand him. He criticizes society for its hypocritical stance on morality and righteousness, angrily implicating that even religious people have no understanding of their professed beliefs. Referring to a sermon he once heard about Jesus' disciples as an example, most notably to the simplistic view on the nature of the disciples being saint-like figures. His depressive thoughts lead him to ponder on the nature of death, and, momentarily, he thinks about committing suicide. This chapter ends with Holden falling asleep in his room, which seems to be the only respite for him from his constant internal turmoil and external disillusionment.